Hey, today I want to give you some easy weight loss habits even if you have sugar cravings. So these habits are not about willpower. They're not about eating a special diet. They're not really about food at all. So how about it? I have 5 habits for you. And so let's get started. Number 1 is to feed your soul. A lot of the reasons why I was having sugar cravings and why I know so many of us have sugar cravings or any kind of cravings is because we are missing out on something. We want to feed ourselves. We're hungry for something. We have a hunger inside that has nothing to do with food. So this is like a hunger for a creative expression. A lot of times it is just like wanting to do something creative. Like, do you have a hobby that you aren't taking time for? Have you always wanted to write? Do you enjoy writing? And maybe it frustrates you to write. Like, I love to write, but then I hate to write. And I know that a lot of people who write understand, like, writing can be so cathartic, but it can also be frustrating, especially whenever we have this perfection. We want it to be so good. But just writing for yourself can be a great way to feed your soul. But it doesn't have to be about that. It could be mending relationships or feeding your soul by developing a relationship, making a new friend, and getting a closer relationship with God. You know, if you are a Christian, someone who loves the Lord, but you haven't maybe been spending as much time in prayer and just really being with Him, that could be something that can really feed your soul on a very deep level and help you to not have that hunger that you feed with food. Because, like I said, if you have a hunger that you're feeding with food, that's only going to create actually more hunger. We have more cravings because we're frustrated, we're angry with ourselves. We still haven't filled the part of us that wants to be filled. And then we're also creating guilt by eating things that we don't want to be eating because we're trying to be healthy. That's how I felt. Those are my experiences. So maybe that will be something that you can relate to and you can agree with, and maybe you can try. So looking for what it is that you're really hungry for and feeding your soul. Number 2 is to think kinder thoughts. So just get in the habit of catching yourself whenever you think something negatively of yourself. We can be so hard on ourselves, so cruel with our thoughts, things that we would never say to anybody else, but we are so quick to judge ourselves, to think how bad we are, how dumb we are, how all the things. And those kind of thoughts can cause us to have feelings that lead to cravings. So being in a habit, creating a habit of thinking kinder thoughts. So catching yourself whenever you have one of those thoughts, those judgments, and thinking something instead like what you would say to a friend. What would you tell your friend in the same kind of situation? You can even apologize for the thought that you just were having about yourself. You know, no, I don't mean that. I'm sorry. But you could get better at this. We can work on this. We need to try harder. Those are the kind of things that you can believe and you can grow from. It's hard to just be super sweet to yourself whenever you're used to being so hard on yourself. But when you get in a habit of thinking kinder thoughts, then you might actually speak with a lot of tenderness and care to yourself, and it won't feel so weird and untrue, because that's the main thing, is you want it to feel true and real, and that helps to keep you from reaching for food, because those angry, ugly thoughts make us feel so bad that we a lot of times reach for food for comfort. All right, so number 3, I have to look at my notes. Let go. This is a great habit, is to let go of things that are driving you crazy, and don't be in the habit of not taking on things that will make you crazy. So what I'm talking about here is we make ourselves crazy, thinking we have to do all the things. We have to be everything to everybody. It's hard for us to say no a lot of times to obligations and to to volunteering, those kind of things. So look at your schedule, look at what drives you crazy. Though that's a good indication that that's something that you need to back out of very gracefully, and it might cause a little stress in the front end, but it is going to relieve so much stress in the end. And whenever we can release stress, that is a big help for releasing cravings, because whenever we are having a lot of stress in our life, it creates our hormones to cause cravings. That is one of the ways that we get cravings is because of our hormones. So releasing something that is driving you crazy. And tip number 4 is to move your body every day. Just make it a habit of getting in some movement every day and making it fun. So it doesn't have to be a hard workout. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It can be as much time as you can set aside each day and making it fun. Turning on some fun music, even moving in front of the television. If there's a show you just love to watch, and you can walk on a treadmill, jump on a trampoline, do hula hooping. No judgment. That's something I like to do for movement. And so just changing it up can make it fun. But moving your body every day, that is a great way to reduce cravings, to make healthier choices, and definitely is an easy weight loss habit when you make it fun and you make it consistent. All right, great. And then last tip, number 5, do what you need to do to sleep well. All right, whatever it is that is maybe keeping you from sleeping a good solid 7 hours a night. If you have a habit of being on the computer until late in the evening, or watching shows until late in the evening, and that's keeping you up, do whatever you need to do to make the time to sleep well every night. And there's also, I've got lots of tips on helping you sleep better. If that's a thing that you're having some trouble with, I will link to a blog post that I wrote some time ago about getting better sleep, and that'll be in the description. But when we sleep well, it helps us to have less hunger, because of it helps regulate the hunger hormones. Ghrelin and leptin can get out of balance, out of whack, whenever we're not sleeping well, and so we have more cravings. But it helps with all of the hormones to be sleeping well. and it just makes you feel better. And you're more likely to do all the other things. You're more likely to think kinder thoughts. You're more likely to feel less stress and just all the things. Feed your soul. Anyway, so make sure you get some sleep. Okay, so a recap of our 5 habits for easy weight loss. Number 1, feed your soul. Number 2, think kinder thoughts. Number 3 was to let go of one thing that is driving you crazy. Number 4 is to move your body every day consistently and have fun. And number 5 is to do whatever you need to do to get a good, solid night's sleep. Every night, as many nights as you can. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.